girls, Minecrafters of all ages. Welcome back to our Minecraft Bedrock Survival Let's Play series. We have got our work cut out for us. We are over here at our Ocean Monument base where we have made so much progress and yet have so much still to do. You know what, just before phantoms become a thing, let's go ahead and sleep. I have no idea when the last time was I slept in this world, to be honest. So here's kind of what we've got going on. Let's let me find some scaffold right there. Let's get our helmet on. Let's get that equipped before anything can happen. And I guess a stack of scaffold will be good for now. We are going to need our nether brick blocks. Our red nether brick blocks. We'll just take that for the time being. And let's get that out of there. So we've got a lot of work to do on this base, both inside and out, as you guys know. And as you can see, we have about a shulker box of the red nether brick block. So I mean, we do have a lot of work to do smelting to get more of that. Or it's probably not even the nether bricks that we need. It's probably the nether wart, to be honest. I use the nether wart for a lot of trading with the villagers, you know, mending tools and things like that. So we're going to use up what we can of this, and we may go ahead and go back to the stronghold base and see what else we have in way of what we can work with, and come back with that. And I mean, it just depends on time, right? And if we just run out of materials for the roof, there, like I said, there's a ton of other things that we need to be working on. All right. So I think probably the best thing we can do is head over to this very corner. And get started here. I intentionally did not grab all the red nether brick we have because I'm not quite sure I mean, I guess that does connect pretty decently. But I feel like if we went there, yeah, there would definitely be a pretty decent sized gap. So we're going to go with what we've got here. And We definitely need oh, that was a rough landing. We definitely need some placeholders. And that can most definitely be netherrack. Oh, you know what? Actually, for I guess for the particular time being, we didn't I need it right that particular second. Ooh. Gotta remember to crouch. I am one. One thing that we don't want to do, I mean, we all have our beliefs and things like that, but we do not want to bring religion and politics into the chat, simply just because we don't want to force anything upon anybody. We do not, I mean, if you've got something to say regarding what we're doing here, be happy to talk about that. But yeah, definitely not the right place for religion and politics. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to temporarily leave this scaffold, or I mean, I guess technically we don't need to, because we have the we have this up here, and this is coming to the point to where the stuff coming that way is going to intersect. There we go. I think I would rather do that. Gives it more of a realistic deal there for a water diverter. And so we'll come over here and do the same thing. Of course, over here it's a little bit different, because we're gonna have this corner over here. Let's let's go over here and see. Okay, I thought I was, or I forgot that I was crouched, and that was not going to ever work. So once we get one corner figured out, we'll know how the others are going to work. And yeah, it'll be the same all the way up. And these bits here are pretty simple, just because we just work around them. Yeah, see, that doesn't really give us what we really want right there in that corner. Now here where they kind of dead end, that's great. But in this corner we want, oh, we want that. Yeah, that should do great. And I think our best way to go about this would really be to take these 3 layers up all the way around and just get those taken care of. And then we can just kind of go wherever from there, right? Seeing as we already have this scaffold, might as well take advantage of it. At some point, I feel like I'm going to drop down, not properly engage the elytra if I even think to, and I'm gonna splat because I wasn't paying attention to my hunger and health from doing all the dropping down. So I definitely need to be careful of that. Oh, I missed. I completely missed. Not even an almost. The sad thing is I have scaffolds. I could have extended out to just walk over to that.
Hello, Moto.
Whoa. Did not realize that was going to be a thing. There is a first for everything. As you can tell, I got a new phone. I don't even I don't even have a ringtone set up on it. And by new, I mean I've had it a couple weeks. I just haven't had time. Most, pretty much, I mean, I can honestly say pretty much, pretty much all of my free time goes into, you know, doing the streaming and making videos and all that for you fine folks. Obviously, that doesn't improve block placement, as we just witnessed. Yeah, the update today did some things. And for those of you that are probably wondering, the Forever Bedrock server was down, and apparently it had been down most today. I mean, it seems that they did get it up and going. And probably before I got everything set up for this. But I just didn't notice it until after, because I was, you know, trying to get everything set up for this. But yeah, you are absolutely right. Normally we would be on Forever Bedrock, and you know, working on. I mean, actually, you know, we had some stuff to do with the Mad Maze that is gonna add a little bit of life to the project and a little bit of diversity. And I'm really looking forward to that, and I think you guys are gonna enjoy it too. And I spent a fair amount of time. I mean, mind you, a redstoner could have probably figured out in no time what it took me all my free time yesterday figuring out. But yeah, I don't want to give any spoilers on that. But we will be back on that Sunday, I believe. We should be a go for Sunday. Oh, actually, this particular corner, because it is a corner, Rewind. Place the scaffold there, you say, but sir, it does not stay. Alright, okay, so for the time being, I'm going to do that, and, let me just, I don't think I really need to be right up against it for it to place right. That was probably a waste of time, now that I think about it. There we go. Take our scaffold back. And we don't need that one there. Yeah, it's starting to take shape here, which I'm happy to see. Like I said, we've got a long ways to go on this project, and I mean, mind you, we still have a little bit of work to do at the Stronghold base to get it complete, and 121 is, I mean, pretty much, I mean, for all we know, it could release any time. With today's updates bringing the armadillo and the wolves into the game for 120.80. You know, it's I would say that the rest of 121 cannot be that far out, which, I mean, is a broad scope of things. I mean, we're getting a lot of new things in 121, a lot of new things, and I mean, as nice as that is, I think one of the things we need the most, other than the obvious inventory revamp that everybody, you know, talks about. I mean, when you're a builder, especially if you do a lot of texturing and things like that, you end up with a lot of blocks for a project. And I mean, yeah, I mean, we have shulker boxes and stuff, but I mean, having to open up them shulker boxes and everything to grab the materials every, you know, couple stacks of blocks placed is you know, kind of a lot for I thought I had my elytra engaged. It's kind of a lot for bigger projects, right? And so even though I think the bundle, even though it's not perfect, I think that is a good thing to start with. I mean, number one, you can hold 64 different non-stackable items in it. So, you know, all your non-stackables that really clean up your inventory space, no problem. Like, especially early game, oh man, if you get a bundle early game, like, you've got like a best case scenario for inventory management, because that's when you've got, you know, nowhere to really put all this stuff, and you're picking up a lot of odd and end stuff, and you're having to choose between, you know, this thing and that thing. And if you're somewheres where, you know, you can get some rabbit hide, which all you need is a carrot, they'll come to you. And you know, you get a couple together, you breed said carrots, they make it to babies, and you know, after a few babies, you can harvest up, get you some string, you got you a bundle, right? It looks like we're closing, or technically, I guess you could say we are at the halfway mark for what we're doing here. And I think at this point we won't have to keep going up and down, which is why I picked 3 high. I think that should be enough to keep us from having to go up and down. So that we can just kind of work our way around and get our materials put together. The only thing I'm not 100% sure of is if I want to run this completely all the way up and, you know, do it like that, or if I want to add a flat roof so at some point in the center. And I think that's just something I'm not going to be able to answer until we get high enough that, you know, it's okay, we need to go ahead and stop this here. Because I would like to run it up. But I don't want the base of the build to be, you know, nothing in comparison. I don't want the roof to be, you know, 10 times bigger than the rest of the base. And I still fell off the scaffold. I caught myself and still fell. Imagine that. Give me the goodies. Need to get some of this coffee. I am still curious though. What is the biggest project you have taken on in your own worlds? And yeah, how'd you feel about them after you were done? Did you feel like you completed your masterpiece, or were you kind of like, it looks really, really good, but oh man, that was a lot of work. I think this may be our second, or this may be our third or fourth night, actually. But I could be completely wrong there. I love the color of that red. One thing I wish we would have done was wax the copper before we placed it, because I would like it to stay the orange copperish color so that it matches our pipes. But we can come back and axe all that and wax it later, and you know, all the things. And it'll be fine. We definitely get some slime spawns out here, I tell you. I mean, with the slime spawn rates and the rates of the farm already, I mean, I'm pretty confident that we don't have like the most caves to light up out there or under here. Now, what I don't remember if this was pre 17, or if this was 117 generation, or 118 generation. So I don't know if we've got the funky cave things, or some of that stuff that was going on, or if it's gonna be more like it should be. No, when we get down there, we will definitely find out. I do know that I want to say our stronghold base isn't too far from a savannah. It's not what I meant to do, but it'll work. Anyways, I want to say our stronghold base isn't too far from a savannah. Or maybe it was our starter base that's not too far from a savannah. Either way, I mean, armadillos are brand new. And we got all the wolf variants to go check out. I mean, we definitely have a variety of biomes around, so we can get some good dog armor. K-Dog could come with us on our adventures. Some of those campfires are actually kind of relaxing. What do we got here? 2 more sections. I'd say, considering all the up and down to get to it, we're making pretty good time. Looking at it, if we were going to cap it off into a flat roof, I would say this would need to run at least here all the way around, right? I feel like that would, I mean, even still, that, I feel like to here would be a pretty good, so basically inside each of these spots going around would be the flat area, but that would still leave us space here on the tops of these, which is what we want. We definitely want that. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I still had plenty of stairs on me for this last little bit. I didn't think we used up that many, but, you know. See if we can get some kind of little rhythm figured out here before we finish this off. So going into the next area, I don't know, I feel like the farther up we go, or yeah, once we get so many blocks up, we're not gonna be able to reach from down here to get that. Oh, and then yeah, there's that for being far enough away for it to do that. Wow. I brushed the scaffold just enough to break my fall. Just enough to break my fall. Yeah, I'd say that's looking good. Let's see, how much do we have left? So let's go ahead and put this up. Nope. Is it this box? Yeah. So 18, 20 and a half out of 27. Oh man, we may have all we need. Well, I mean, unless unless we need a lot of the slabs, and here I've you know, turned them all into stairs. Yeah, I think that should be good. I feel like my sensitivity is all out of whack. Don't walk off. That's all I'm asking. Don't walk off. I mean, I'm crouched, but, you know, walking on stairs and Bedrock Edition, and yeah, it doesn't always just do what you want it to do. I could imagine trying to do this with Swift Sneak, which we don't have in this world. I feel like that would be really, really hard. Excuse me. What? I do like that too much. Stop. It's really hard to get a rhythm going. Ah, see, I was crouched, and off I came anyways. I was crouched, and off I came anyways. So right outside here, I'm probably going to need to leave scaffold set up on like all four sides. Just for this reason. Wait a minute, where? Oh. I felt like this was a good little deal here. I mean, once we get around these columns, so we're not bumping into them like that, I feel like that's gonna be a slightly better pace than what we got now. So perhaps taking them one more to begin with would have been, and just connecting them up as we went. But I did no math. I was Not sure how many blocks it was going to take. I didn't think we had enough to even put a dent in this, to be honest. But it's not as horrible on the materials as I thought it was going to be. So that definitely helps. We're definitely gonna have phantoms on us tonight, aren't we? If one flies in, we'll just hit the bed. The last thing I need is one more obstacle to slow down the process of putting this roof on. I feel like, I mean, over the course, the amount of time that's gone into it is quite a bit, but it's been spread out so far that you know, it would just kind of be nice to get it done. Like, this is like old school style here where... Oh, did I not? Oh! Well, that wasn't what I should have did. I guess somehow I missed this one. Man, these pillager patrols ain't no joke around here either. Like, they're constantly spawning in. I got a whole stack of banners up at the front of this place. Last time I accidentally went back to the stronghold base with the raid with the bad omen, not thinking about it, and I couldn't even find the raid. Like, I just had to let it time out. The villagers were safe. Like, I couldn't find not one guy from the raid. So they must have been like underground in the caves or some kind of mess somewheres. I went all the way around just inside the raid bar area, and you know, or worked my way out to the edge of the where I would have the raid bar, all the way around that base, and just never even a glimpse, not even a hint. Couldn't hear any guys anywhere, nothing. At first I was kind of like, uh-oh, accidentally started a raid. I don't really have time for this, but here we go, some more Totems of Undying. But I spent more time trying to find the raid, I feel like, than I would have fighting it in normal circumstances. We've almost made another lap. Almost. We can see the finish line. And surprisingly, I would have swore we would have had a Phantom tonight. It'll definitely be here tomorrow. We'll definitely have Phantoms tomorrow. What is it? You get like one for every night you haven't slept or something like that? Something crazy. I did have an idea that okay, so yep. So we're gonna come back through here, and we are going to take these expose or take these copper slabs off the center here. And instead of having those here, we are going to put the whatchamacallits, the you know, the things with the things. That sounds pretty rough. I don't know that I want to get struck. Oh, is my elytra broke? No. I don't know that I want to get struck by lightning, and it looked like it was getting closer and closer to me. But the lightning rods, I think putting the lightning rods on there might be a good idea. My only concern is the trapdoors. Would the trapdoors burn? Less, you know, from the lightning strikes. So, I'm not 100% sold on it. I need to do some testing and find out, and then we'll know, and kind of go from there. I think having scaffold set up at each one of these doors, though, is going to be the best way to handle this for getting up here. That's what we're going to end up with. Though I'm not sure how much more we'll have to get up here when we're done with the roof. So... got too much of an angle right there. Still a little close to these towers. Got propelled upon it. So here's the reason we set up all those spawn spots for the Guardians, because while we're here working on this, for those of you that don't know, that's what all these, we're we're kind of going for like a steampunk type build. And so we got all these pipes and stuff going on, and our guardians are basically funneling through that, dying on soul fires. I'm not really worried about any kind of, looting or XP or anything. We just want this thing running in the background, collecting, just while we're here working on building the base, and it'll continue to work while we're out doing things in the area. Once we get moved over here, like, it'll just always be there working in the background. I think one of the next things we probably want to do, though, I think number one, I think a glow squid farm would be a good idea for out here. And a regular squid farm would be a good idea, because of the ink sacs, the black, that'll give us the black dye to make the dark prismarine, which is one of my personal favorite prismarine blocks. It's not always the easiest to work with, but I feel like now that we have copper in the game, that's a completely different story. Because this will be the first time I've done a guardian farm since copper's been in the game, to be able to play with them blocks together. So it'd be interesting to see what kind of things I can come up with for you guys. And as always, I am open to suggestions. If you have any, feel free to let me know. If you're watching this on VOD, leave it down in the comments. I will still see it, and I will definitely respond. Uh-oh, the baby is not happy. I'm sure you guys had to hear that. She was not happy. She is such a precious little angel. But, she is a year and a half. She's normally running through the house yelling and giggling, so it's kind of unusual to hear her cry in such a way, other than when she first gets up. And she does do the little fake cry now when when she gets told no. That's one of her newer things, the little fake. I shouldn't say it's new, but when being told no, it's new to that. Yeah, I think this is definitely the right. I went through a whole process. I don't remember if we had talked about. I don't remember if we did a stream on this talking about it or not, but because let's face it, it's been a little bit since we've been over here. I wanted to work on this project basically on stream with you guys, around the Forever Bedrock episodes, which are what we're normally doing on Wednesdays and Sundays, and these are just kind of like what I'm doing with the bonus streams. I may try and start working back in like a Tuesday or a Thursday. I cannot make any promises. I mean, things are so crazy here. With the puppies and the baby, and life. There's a lot of things going on. Like we have a very busy lifestyle. So I haven't even been on Twitch in Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I think the last thing I streamed on Twitch was like Diablo 4. And that was just me, because I haven't even played Diablo 3. I played Diablo 1 and 2 back in the day and loved them. Just never got around to playing Diablo 3. And Diablo 4 was like on a 2-day trial thing or something. So back to what I was saying. We're just I may go back to Twitch at some point in time, but I don't think it's going to be in the near future. In fact, I should probably go take my schedule down off of there, because I don't think I've even been on there to do that. Just so much has happened, and a lot of things were happening in such a short period of time that it just, that's kind of how it went down. Because with Wednesdays and Sundays being forever Bedrock, everything else was getting streamed on Twitch. But then instead of streaming this on Twitch, I wanted to stream this whole process here on YouTube with you guys. And it just seems that I get a much better response on YouTube. Like, more you guys are able to tune in and check it out. And I mean, let's face it, if 7 people altogether are seeing it on Twitch versus even 14 on YouTube, YouTube's probably the place to be. I mean, there's no point in me doing it. Well, I mean, I'm gonna do it regardless, but there's no point in me putting it on a platform where fewer people are going to get a chance to see it who would like to. And I'm pretty sure everybody has YouTube, where not everybody has Twitch. So, yeah. I may have even ran a poll about that on YouTube, asking about it. Like I said, and that's just for a small channel like me. I mean, I know there, I hear people say, well, Twitch is dead now, and I don't know. The Hermits are streaming on Twitch, and I try to check out their streams whenever I can. I mean, it's not very often, but I try to. I definitely, I would say Tango Tech is one of the streams I'm most able to catch based off of his stream schedule. Sometimes Impulse, but it's for me, the majority of my audience is here, and I don't really think I mean, there was a time there too. I was recording it on Twitch and then bringing it over and putting the VOD on YouTube as a video, and it's not a lot of work, but it kind of ties up, my computer. At least if I don't want it to take too long, it's tying up my computer from doing anything too strenuous other than the downloading and uploading and the things, and trying to trim things out, and it's just it's more work that's unnecessary. I felt like there wasn't enough reward to it. But just being here with you guys, I get a lot better responses. I mean, they're not always great. Life happens. Not everybody can make every stream. I completely understand that. I love Tango Tech's content. I can't make it to all of his streams. I can't. And his streams normally happen when I'm off work. And I still miss, most of them. That's just, life. And I understand that. But that's what the VODs are for. You can always go back and check them out at a later time. They're there. Like, I leave them there. I don't remove them. I do kind of, how far are we from complete? We're like halfway. I think after this layer, I want to step back and take a look at what we've got so far, how it feels in its size and height compared to, you know, where we want it to be. Oh man, I feel like I was in such a good rhythm there for a minute, and then I just kind of like lost it. Maybe that's just me being crazy, thinking that I actually had a rhythm to begin with. All right. Oh, I missed it. And I've got no rockets in my hotbar. Oh, face plant. All right, let's roll it over to daytime. We'll see what it looks like in the daylight. We're gonna go through all this. We might as well see what it's gonna look like in the daylight. And then I wouldn't mind checking on what kind of, you know, goods we've got either. Oh man, that I had to turn down my render distance because the update was making it lag so bad. I cut it down to 10. And so it's kind of but yeah, I think we're doing all right. We're definitely going to bring it into there, for sure. How much farther beyond that, I couldn't say, but we're definitely bringing it into there. Oh, and oh, ankles. Yeah, this is just from us being here working on this right now. Some of these spots I haven't gotten in. The spots that don't have a torch on the wall, I haven't gotten any loot out of yet, which kind of worries me. I mean, I guess I shouldn't really worry per se, because of the fact that like there's a lot of caves and stuff that still need to be lit up. Oop. I mean, that fish had to. Like, there's no way a fish got in there from bouncing over the wall, right? That had to be a drop. Nothing there, but you see the torch, so I've gotten drops there. Yeah, the corners, it's one spawn spot with two different columns there, on one going each way of the corner, for symmetry on the piping. And yeah, it kind of helps push them out of that corner a little bit quicker, I feel like. And if not for trying to keep the piping, you know, on the outside, I mean, I guess technically we could have ran the piping down on these here and had it come off both sides instead of down the center of this. But then that would have blocked off what we want to do here on the outside. So we've gotten quite a bit. Like, that's not even counting. Well, I guess. Okay, so we don't have it on the outside, just the inside. I don't think I've gotten anything off of any of these inside ones yet. So, I mean, it's also one of them things where, I mean, who knows what kind of funky generation we had for this monument. Like, I don't know, all the spawn spots might not be there. You know, when you have old worlds and you carry on from one update to the next, and like weird things can happen. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. We didn't have it on the outside, so that I'd already checked those, didn't I? Well, I guess I can get both sides of this going down then. Alright, let's get the last of our red nether brick. Red nether bricks. And go ahead and turn them into stairs, because we know we're going to need them. Alright, here we go. Up, up, and away. Back to work. Back to work, I say. Okay. I guess I might want to not lose any more netherite than I have to. Just in case. I mean, I think we have a ton of the stuff, though, from the nether project. But we may have some smelting to do. Definitely got some nether wart grinding to do. Well, I do say, without bumping into those columns, it does seem to go a tiny bit faster, as long as I can keep with it. It is definitely a process. This is why it takes me so long to get things done. Like, I am definitely not the quickest builder. I mean, there's probably a better way to, you know, do this. And I feel like this is one of them things where if I was using the keyboard and the mouse instead of the controller, I could like zip right through here, because I wouldn't even have to touch the mouse except on the corners. And another thing, I think the size of our world may be getting pretty big for the Xbox to handle. So I may need to, as far as I know, the only way I can do this is to throw it on a realm and download the copy to the PC. I may have to end up having to do that soon. Because I feel like The world size is an issue. It takes forever to make a copy of the world. And like every other world is super quick when I copy it. Like my test worlds and stuff. Where I go in and try and figure stuff out. Or, test block combinations and things like that. Our one block hardcore world, like everything. Oh no, actually that's on the PC already. But everything that I do on the Xbox, when I go to save those worlds or copy them or whatever, they're like so quick. I mean, this thing is like nearly a giga. This world is nearly a gigabyte. And I know, like, if I move it to the PC, I could probably take like world edit to it or something and trim out, like all the fluff and shrink it back down if we wanted to do that. But in general, it's just, pushing a gigabyte is a pretty big file for our Minecraft world. We've been in this thing since 1.17, and we've got a couple of big projects going on here at one time, with the Nether project, which may or may not become obsolete here soon, to a degree anyways. With the Nether project and this project, plus our stronghold base area, our starter base area, all the stuff we've done in the end. I'm not even sure if I remember how to get to our shulker farm, to be honest. It's been so long since I've been there. Like, I AFK'd and got like... I AFK'd one time and probably got more shulker shells than we'll ever use. Or at least more than we'll use for a long time. I think I think I got like a shulker box full of shulker shells. I think that's all I had gotten, to be transparent. But for that's a lot of shulkers for a solo world. And I kind of miss playing in this world more than I used to be in it a lot more. But between the trying the different hardcore things, and because we did hardcore, we did ultra hardcore, and now we're doing one block hardcore. We have the Bedrock preview hardcore going on at the same time right now, and the mad maze, that is like see, the problem is the mad maze is on forever Bedrock because that's where everybody plays at. Regardless which world that project would have been in, that's the world I would be spending a lot of time in. Because that project is, that's kind of like my itch right now, I got a scratch. Um, it's just, I don't know. I am so excited about that project and what I hope it becomes. What I'm going to try and make it become. And I can't wait to get it there. I think we can make it around one more time. I mean, one thing for sure, each layer we go up takes less blocks. That much we do know, right? Each layer we go up is gonna take less blocks. I mean, you guys, in these streams, unless there's things that I have to go back and trim out, which, I mean, if there's funky parts in the stream, you'll know why now. These streams are, you know, they're raw. Videos is a little bit easier to edit most things out. And that's another reason, one of the main factors in the debate between bringing back a Tuesday or a Thursday. Otherwise, I would consider doing both. The other thing about doing 4 streams a week, or even 3, because two is a lot. I mean, we do get more done because obviously, you know, there was 2 streams, but trying to make a video on that, yeah, and around doing the streams, because my time spent in the streams, it does become hard, you know. Normally I have, I would say, between 2 to 3 hours a day to work on whatever I'm going to work on. So if we're doing a 2-hour stream, odds are I've spent, if I've had the time, I've spent the time that I do have getting ready for that stream, like you know, setting everything up, because I just can't leave, you know, things set up, and by that I mean like the mic, the headphones, you know, the cords that the puppies would chew to shreds if they, you know, because they can get to things that we're finding out all the time that we didn't think they could get to. So, you know, I have to set these kinds of things up. Plus, in the game itself, I may need to amend tools if I have time before the stream, or different things like that. Like, I think if we had been on Forever Bedrock, we may have had to go min tools before I could have done anything. I'm not sure if I have any backup tools that aren't about to break yet. Maybe my Fortune 1 or 2 might be still. I'm not sure. Might still have some Fortune picks now that I think about it. I think I'm still using like my last Silk Touch. But just mending them all at one time instead of one, and going and mending and then coming back, and just use up my tools and go mend them all at one time. Saves a lot of time too. So, the more streams I do, the less time I have to edit videos. And I've been trying my best to put more, not just time into the editing of the videos, because I've always put time, but the time to enhance the videos into something enjoyable for you guys. That's what I like to have the time for. And I mean, I don't know, with the Bedrock preview stuff, I've been having some frame rate issues on that, and honestly, they're not as bad as they look in the episodes. Even though there has been some frame rate issues, they're not as bad as they look in the episodes. I don't know. I think I maybe... It's not even my computer dragging either, because if anything, it's my editing software, and basically just I'm not even sure if it all, I have to double check, but I'm not sure if it even actually, the original recording was the quality of the video that came out of my video editor. I'm gonna check into all that and see, but and the next video that's coming out Friday, I noticed there's like highs and lows in the audio. It's not flush, even though it was one solid recording, and there should be no ups and downs in the audio. Like, it's really hard to explain, just because I don't know enough about it. But I like having the time to kind of pick out, get a little bit pickier about what I'm putting in the video and enhancing what is there. Like the next Bedrock, the next hardcore Bedrock preview video, I mean, I can tell you now that thing is probably pushing 30 minutes. And there's just a lot of stuff that I was like, I really should leave this in there. I think it's worth the little bit of time that it takes for this to be seen in the video. But I've been realistically trying to get videos down to like a 15 to a 20 minute mark, because the 20 to 25 minute mark is what I've always kind of aimed at, and no more than 30, though I have had a couple that have gone over that. I think I had one video that actually went shorter than the 20 to 25 minute video deal. And I think over the last 2-3 years, June 13th, I believe, will be our 3-year anniversary on the channel. And, yeah, I think I've gotten one video that was under 20 minutes. I've tried looking for feedback. The problem is, like, I feel like enough people don't see the polls that watch the videos to really, or are watching on devices where they can't do the polls, and that's probably why they're not seeing them. To really, I am literally, yeah, I am literally right there. So if we're gonna cut, it's gonna be after the next 3. I tell you, man, I really like the way this is turning out. I'm kind of wondering if we just let this stuff oxidize, and I mean the green copper with the orange pipes isn't a horrible look. Did I just take damage for smacking my boat? I think I did. The green copper with the orange pipes isn't a horrible look with that roof, I don't think. Now, I definitely want to come back with slabs at some point to run, you know, just to like extend that overhang the tiniest bit later. But what we're going to have out here are, we're going to end up incorporating gears on the walls. Oh, and there's my ankles. I'm done. How's my poor little guy look? Oh, them feather falling forward boots. Fall like a chicken. Oh, lovely. But as I was saying, thought I was gonna have to take that thing out. As I was saying, we're gonna have all these doors, I'm pretty sure. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna incorporate gears in between each of these little areas, and probably have, like, I'm not 100% sure how we're gonna make that work. But if we can pull it off, we're gonna have some gears in between each of these sections, somehow working into the pipes on each side. It's a work in progress, more of a dream than a reality. But you know, this is Minecraft where our dreams come true. Like right now, I dream of daytime. Haha, and it is daytime. I said, aha, and it is daytime. See how that works? I don't think I have enough bricks to go around again. So I'm gonna throw those in there. I'm not sure where I got this netherrack from either. Actually, that can go there. I know I got it from here somewhere. So maybe it was out of this chest. Let's get our axe back down here. Rockets there. And let's take a look on the inside. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I think it's definitely coming along in the most amazing way. Yeah, I'm liking that even more than I thought I was going to. This is great. Now we have torches on top of these columns to prevent mob spawns, and we have tons on the ground through here. So as we start to close that off and it starts to get darker, we should be fine inside each of these areas. Those soul campfires should be enough light to keep anything from spawning in those direct areas. And these ones here should be shedding a little bit of light out around, just in case these torches happen to be a little too far apart, which I don't think they could be. I mean, I run around and put in a few more in some questionable areas, but in general, I feel like we have a ton of torches around here, like a ton, and we should be all right. I mean, like right now, we don't have anything in place that a creeper could come blow up and set us, days worth of work back on, which is what I normally worry about. Having to redo a whole bunch of work because of a creeper. So as long as we're not having that problem, I'm good. I'm okay. If you're, the odd and mob here and there is going to kill anybody normally. But we're really running out of time. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this. If you weren't able to catch us live, and you're watching the vlog later, I don't care how much later it is. If you're watching this 5 years from now, let me know in the comments below what you think. I'll be sure to read it, and I do respond to all my comments. And that's one of the things that I know that once your channel reaches a certain size, which I don't know that I would ever have that problem, but once your channel reaches a certain size, reading every comment is a lot easier than being able to comment on every comment. And I promise you guys, no matter what, I'm always going to read all your comments, and I will always respond to as many as I can. Right now, I am definitely small enough that I am able to respond to all of my comments, and I will, like I said, I will keep that going for as long as I can. You guys are an amazing community, and I'm proud of what we're creating here together with that community. And just a quick shout out to all my Forever Bedrock brothers and sisters. Yeah. I mean, I guess we could count Kay, right? I mean, even though Kay's creation is the dad-daughter duo. Sorry, Disky. And then we have the Chrysalis Awakening over there. We've got I Am Fluffy. We've got Fred. We've got Joe Nathan. It's just amazing content creators, each with their own talents and various things. Still haven't figured out why they brought me in, unless it was for a shulker farm. But be sure to go check those guys out. Even though we're not on the server tonight, I enjoy all their content, and I know you will too. And again, just remember, if you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And if you're not already, hit that subscribe button, and I will see each and every one of you in the next video.